because I can't see her, but she can see me. So I'm hoping that that you can as well. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to look on the internet and see if I see you on there, Dee. No, it's a black screen where you should be. So not working. It's your camera somehow. Hoping that that you can as well. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to look on the internet and see if I see you on there. So I just turned off my sound online. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. There are people joining us, and I can hear Dee. Dee, can I hear you still?
I don't know. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you still.
Woo! Well, we got half of me there.
I've got half of you. We can't see Dee. You're way too beautiful to not be able to see you. That is not allowed.
No, if you want her to try to reconnect it again.
No, because there's. I know that you guys only see me, and we've been trying to work this out for quite a while now.
I put makeup on for nothing.
No, you're not putting makeup on for nothing. We have to be able to see you. This is imperative. Except it's telling me that you're there, but it's not letting me see you. So there's something. Is there something blocking your camera, Dee?
No, baby. When I do this, when I put my hand up and put it up and down in front of the camera, I see it. So I don't think it's on our end.
Well, it is because
because you want her to try and reconnect us.
Okay, so I'm going to stay live with everybody. Why don't you try to reconnect?
Okay.
Let's do that. Okay, so you do what you need to do on your end, and then you come on back and we'll be here. Okay, everybody, so what's going on is, I'm really sorry about, Dee, are you there? You're reconnecting. Okay, so what's going on is we've been trying to do this, and Dee's assistant has been trying to help her get her picture up. And yes, I love Dee too, Kathy. And I don't know what to tell you about why. Okay, Dee is reconnecting. She's not. Hi, Linda. She hasn't been able to get her video to work. On her end, it's working, but it's not on this end. And why, we don't know. I'm hating the picture anyway. I have my webcam, but I'm not loving it. But I can hear you, but I also can't see you still. You're not, no, you're just using the link that I sent you. You don't want to, well, click the Facebook. You shouldn't have to do that. I don't think you should have to connect to a server, to one of those, because I'm taking us to Facebook direct. You know, you're just coming to me and then I'm taking you there. So I don't know why your camera is not showing up. You could do it on your phone. You could try. I'm sorry. Maybe, okay, maybe you shouldn't have to, but just in case. Hey, Michael Murata. Hi, Tova. E.T. come home. Yeah. We definitely need E.T. right now to just put the finger on the screen and make Dee appear. Okay. No, you don't have the app. I don't think you. Okay, maybe it'll open an app for you, but I think you'd probably have to download the app. You guys, you're going through this with us. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Michael. Hi, Tova. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Linda. But I really want to deliver this to you. I don't want to just, I'm trying to do this, not to tell me about my fruit. It's not working well. I think it's just, what is going on with that? So anyway, yeah, not what is happening. What else is there? Oh, I hear. Hi, Dee. Still don't have your picture though. Even on your. Okay, so it's now they're saying it sounds like ET. Wow, really? Okay. Sound is bad now. Okay, I don't know why that would be. But you know what? I'm going to disconnect. Hang in there for a second, Dee. I'm going to disconnect my little what is it called? All right. Okay, I've just disconnected it. My external now it's better. Sound is back to normal. D is still not there. So having my webcam on didn't impact you at all. I don't know what to do, guys. Yeah, it's just not showing up on the app, and I've turned off my external camera, so there's nothing blocking us from you being on here with me. Does anybody, Vicki, your sound is back, but no D. Yeah, I know. D is showing up here, but she's showing up without a picture, which we don't like. We want to see D.
Now I have both of us. You don't still?
No, I still only have me and you with a black screen.
I don't know, honey. We've tried everything on this end.
Somebody said it works fine when I grab my chin. Yeah, it works fine, except we don't have D. All right, so do we want to try to reschedule this and try to work on this on the side? Or do you want to just do audio? I wanted to have you there.
I don't know. Ask them. Do they want to go ahead and do just audio because the information is the same, or would they rather us reschedule?
Okay, guys, can you reboot? No, it's can hear. Yes, I know you can hear D. Okay, so here's the question, everybody. We know D is beautiful, but we can hear her. Okay, so are you guys okay with just hearing D? Is that okay? And do audio for now. Yeah, they're saying to go ahead and just do audio.
Yeah, I figured that's what they'd want. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to do D on audio. I'm really sorry about that, but at least we'll be able to have a conversation. D, hi. Okay, get rebound. We're going to give D a moment to rebound. Okay. Oh, there's so many things I wanted people to see aside from your gorgeous face. I wanted them to see your little charm that you spin. Yeah, you're correct. So why do you use a pendulum, D? What is that about? Uh-huh. Okay. So I want to get to how, well, let's get to it now since we're here. How did you get into healing, Dee? What led you to this? Is this something you've always done? What sparked it? Right? When did you first become aware? Yes.
Channeling until my husband passed away. And I dropped to my knees and I said, I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be pissed off for the rest of my life. I want a way we can heal ourselves. And within seconds, I got my first message, which was use the light within you to heal yourself. And I'm still learning what that means, expanding on what I know about it already. And it occurred to me that this is what I had done in my acting all my life, that I channeled the characters because when I finally found Charles Conrad, who is my mentor, that is the way he taught acting, is that you didn't think about anything. You just read it, your subconscious grabbed it, you got your energy up extraordinarily high, and then the information came through. The way he explained it is the information, then you connected with a character, you knew the character. But we would
how do you hear that? How does it come to you, and in what form?
I'm clairaudient, so I hear the message. Sometimes I get pictures now also, and I don't hear it obviously like you and I are hearing each other.
Okay.
But, it's like a whisper that goes through my consciousness. I know when I'm going in the wrong direction. I can, at this point in my work, I can literally feel when there's something I'm supposed to be asking or looking at or getting discernment around. So anyway, I literally learned how to channel with acting. I understood that what I did when I was a little girl was channeling, but I didn't know any of that until I actually started channeling, and I went, oh my God, this is what I've done in my acting all my life. I know this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Do you ever hear things that you don't want to know?
No, because I want to know everything.
Okay.
So, you know, the real challenge in channeling is to not want your answer to stay safe. It's to want the highest answer so that you open up your energy and heal it and expand your creation process.
So do you ever hear things that you don't ask first?
Every once in a while. But when I was asked to do this, I laid down some rules. I said, you're not supposed to use my health or mentally, physically, or spiritually in any way to teach me this work. I absolutely am not going to take on other people's energy and be bogged down by that. So I laid down some pretty specific rules because energy needs direction, Vicki. Okay. We all learned that in 5th grade. Everything's energy, but energy needs direction. And so if you are not consciously directing your own energy,
the
universe can't work with you or for you at all. So, you know, if you're religious, you've heard God helps him who helps himself. That's what they mean. You've got to know what you want. You've got to commit to what you want. You've got to hold your focus on what you want. And then God, the universe, the force, divine love, whatever term it is, then it can come in and work with you to create that. But most people have been taught that they don't have any power at all on their own.
Right.
And life just happens and they have to deal with it. And that's not true.
So somebody just asked what your process is for channeling. And I think what I'm getting from you is that you have a direct channel that you don't really have to do anything with. Is that true?
That's true. And everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. You can connect. All the information is hanging out right above your head, guys. But, you know, like the good book says, ask and you receive.
Right.
So
if we want to know an answer, Dee, let's say we have a question and we want to know the answer, and you're saying that it's hanging right above our head. How do we access it?
Okay, well, like what I do in all my private sessions. For example, somebody wanted to know why their business was not being as successful as they wanted it to be. And so that's the question we asked.
Okay.
Why is her business not as successful? Well, it came down to two things that were related to her business. She had a lot of messages from her childhood that she shouldn't be too big, too important, too successful. God wasn't going to love her then. She also had a lot of messages around money, that money is the root of all evil and you should only have just what you need, not what you want. That was also one of my messages. And it took me till I was in my mid-30s to understand that I really needed to go to Hawaii once a year. You know? So what I do is really unweave all the cobwebs that are in there, the cobwebs of belief. And I can tell you what age it was that you decided this belief. I can tell you who in your life was important in giving you that belief. And then we've got it, that tells us what we don't want. The next step is, what do we do want? So we have to rephrase that and redirect our energy toward what we want.
Right.
Okay.
And you say that it's not affirmation. You know, by the way, Dee, you gave me some things to do and they've been working. Everything you suggested to me in private session has been successful. I'm just telling everybody out there, and I'm so grateful to you. Somebody just asked, how is this different from psychotherapy?
Because psychotherapy thinks you have to vomit up all your old shit.
Okay.
To deal with it. I don't believe that. I from my understanding from my channel is the more we wallow in our past story, the more we keep creating it.
Wow. Okay.
So again, any way you define yourself is a direction to your energy. So I'll just use my own example. I was a child of an alcoholic who shot himself in the head.
Wow.
So I'm a victim, right? Well, if I keep telling that story and defining myself as a victim, it's going to be really hard to be more successful because I keep telling my energy that I'm a victim.
Right.
It's one thing to acknowledge it and move on. It's a whole other thing to use it as an excuse not to empower yourself.
Okay, so let's say you're not a victim. You don't take that on. You choose to be successful, which you did, and you are. What do you tell? I know you said, what's the difference, Dee, between affirmation and what you advised me to do?
The difference is, well, again, I'll use myself. I was on the treadmill for a year going, I'm a happy, successful working actress. I'm a happy, successful working actress. Yeah, well, the only thing that changed was my butt. Okay. So the difference between an affirmation and what I do is you have to understand you are literally directing energy. You are telling your energy and all energy, you will do this now. Because ask and ye receive, what most people don't understand is the original meaning of the Hebrew word ask is claim or demand. This will be delivered to me now. So, again, a lot of people that have strict religious, well, and any religion teaches you don't have the power to create yourself. All that power is in God's hands or somebody's hands. Right. And it's not true. In the good book, it literally says, these miracles and more will you do also. Go do them. And yet, years and years and years ago, the popes and the kings got together and went, oh, dear God, we can't tell them how powerful they really are, because then we won't be in power anymore.
Right.
So we've got to reclaim that power back. And the point is, you are honoring whatever your concept of God is, guys. And don't get hooked into the word, because again, it can be the Force from Star Wars. It really doesn't care what you call it. But it states very clearly that it cannot and will not intercede on your behalf to help you create what you want without your clear direction. So
you're I think what you're saying is so that we have to command.
Yes.
Not ask, but command.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's not usually how people think of an affirmation.
So Dee, tell me a command. Like one that you gave me was, I choose myself first.
Yeah.
Okay. So now for me to say that to the universe, so that it's not just me choosing myself first, but it's the universe choosing me first. How am I phrasing that?
The same way. Because you are the universe of you, Vicki.
Okay.
You direct you, the universe must match that frequency. See, what most people don't understand is absolutely everything is created within you first.
Okay.
We keep looking out there. We want to go take all the action steps and do this and do that. And I'm going to make it happen. And that's the worst thing you can do. You have to get yourself in harmony with the love of anything you want. Just for the sake of being in love with it. Not to get it, not to force it, not to make it happen. If you want, I'll take everybody through an exercise here.
That'd be great.
I teach this to all my clients. So pick a love place. And a love place is anything that when you think of it, your heart automatically opens and you smile. For me, it's my doggy.
Okay.
Sometimes I use Hawaii. My little girl when she was a baby. So, pets are great to use because they're unconditional love for most of us.
Right.
So everybody pick a love place. Drop down into your heart center. And yes, you know exactly where that is. So don't go through the BS of your mental mind about that. Just go to your heart and feel your love for that love place. Just be in love. That's what money is.
Wow.
That's what a relationship is. That's what success is. That's what your health is. When you create from that place, you send out the signal to yourself and the universe that I'm just going to pick money. Oh, money feels good. Money is love. And that then allows the universe to find that signal and match it to you and send it back to you. Think of yourself as the old-fashioned radio.
Okay.
You know, when we had to tune a knob and line up our lines.
Right.
To get the station we want. Well, you're the radio to the universe. You got to find your line and match it up and send that out. And then the universe goes, oh, that's the song she wants. I'll send that back to her.
So Dee, in other words, so money is one thing that I seek. So for me to channel that on a daily basis, I first go to that place that for me is love. And then I think about money. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, you just bring money in. Now, the trick here, the challenge is you don't do it to make money happen. You just do it for the sheer joy of feeling the love around money.
Wow. So you're not focusing it on something specific. You're just feeling money is love.
That's right.
Ah.
And the other exercise that the channel gave me, you go to your love place.
Okay.
And this is so easy that nobody thinks, they go, how the hell could that create money? I'm telling you, I doubled my income with this one exercise.
Oh, tell us.
So you go to your love place.
Okay.
You take a deep breath into the count of 3 or 4. And as you exhale with a smile on your face, you say to yourself, I am money. And you take another deep breath. And as you exhale with a smile on your face, I am money. Yeah, and you do that for 10 minutes a day. You can do it up to 20, but do it for 10 minutes a day. And you'll see. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening in my life right now. The other principle that they're yelling at me in my brain to tell you,
yes,
is it's not up to you to figure out why.
Okay.
You know, the universe is going to create it so much better than you could ever think. But you got to be open to all possibilities and go, okay, my job is just to be in harmony with this.
Right.
Okay. I found myself having the thought, well, God, all the studios are closed and, you know, what am I going to do? This is the way I make my major income. And the channel said, shut up. Shut up. Not your job. Your job is to stay in your knowing, never go into doubt, stay in your knowing, feel your love around money, know that you're the creation of it, and let it go. So out of the blue, my agent gets an email from somebody that we were talking to a year ago. They've decided to use my clip in a picture.
Wow.
And here's the $7,500 that we negotiated.
Wow.
Now, in my wildest dreams, I could not have brought that in consciously because I didn't even remember it was out there. Right?
Uh-huh.
Got the small business loan, no problems. Just got another offer for a voiceover to do on Zoom from my office with pay. That's what I mean.
So we are not putting anything specific. We are just loving money.
That's right.
Okay, does it apply that way, Dee, with perfect health, with love,
everything? Yep.
So we take all of those things. So when we think about, we go to our love place and then we just say, I am perfect health.
Yes, or just think of health and wellness. You see, the challenge is, guys, you don't want to push. You don't want to sit down like I did with my affirmations. So I'm going to say these every freaking day, and I'm going to get, and it doesn't work. A great book that addresses this is called Power versus Force.
Okay.
Most of us are taught from the time we're little that we have to force things into happening in our lives. We have to force the world, wrangle with the world, manipulate the world, right?
Right.
That will push it away. Now, that's not to say you don't take action steps. Of course, if I get an audition, I'm going to go do an audition, but I'm not even going to leave my house until I'm in alignment with loving that audition, loving to go to the audition, loving the scene that I get to do, loving the fact that I'm an actor.
So there is no fear in this thing. So what happens, Dee, if a fear comes up? What do you do with it?
You go, thank you very much for visiting, but not going to sit down and have a beer with you today. And you go, okay, so what's the fear? Well, the fear is, oh my God, what if I don't get it?
Right.
Okay, well, and Gabrielle's book really addresses how to break all this down too. But okay, well, what if I don't get it? Well, I've been an actor for 45 years. If you book 1 out of 15 jobs, that's a good ratio. Not my job. My job is to love going in. And then if I don't get that one, they call me back for another one.
Okay, Dee, let's say you go into a casting director's office, which, by the way, Carol Soskin said she used to be one of your commercial agents and you were the best, working all the time.
Oh, hi, Carol.
Carol said she saw your good results when she was your commercial agent, and it works.
Thank you.
So let's say, Dee, you go into an audition and the casting director is being difficult. And you want to stay in that loving place.
Yeah.
What do you do in that moment?
Well, I can tell you the minute you go into reaction, you go out of creation. Let me say that again. The minute you go into reaction, you go out of creation. So again,
right.
If you know how to go to your love place, and you all do now, you saw how easy it was, right? You just go to your love place and you get balanced again and you go, I love doing this scene. But I have to tell you, in my history of 45 years, I've never had a casting director be difficult with me.
Wow.
I've always found that they are there to help and support you and try and help you book what you're there to do. But then again, as you believe, Vicki, it is delivered to you. It's like the movie The Matrix. Pick a door, any door, and those doors represent beliefs. Whatever door you go through, that's the experience you get to have. Whether it's real or not, it's real for you because of your beliefs and your perspectives. Okay?
Yes.
So if I'll give you another important thing. We create the world the best when three things come together: how I see myself, how I see the world, and how I see the world seeing me.
Ooh.
So in this instance, I see myself as a beautiful actress who loves to give. I see the world as a world who embraces beautiful actresses that want to give. And I see the world looking back at me and going, God, what a beautiful actress who wants to give. I want to play with her.
Wow.
But most of us are going, I see me as an actor who really needs to work and I want to get started. And how do I do this? And I see a world that just has walls up. And how do I get an agent? And nobody's seeing me and nobody's seeing my talent. And, you know, so that's the direction of your energy that keeps going out.
Right. So, okay, when we have one of those thoughts, we speak to the thought and we say, okay, thank you very much. I'm not having a beer with you today. And goodbye to that thought.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thanks for sharing. We replace the thought with, so we're not staying in specifics. We're staying in very general things, right? Just going to the love place, bringing love into whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
Without being in the results, right?
That's right.
Okay. So Dee, how can we apply this to what's going on in the world right now with being isolated? How can we take our, for those of us who are living alone in self-isolation, we're getting all this news that this could go on for, I don't even want to say the words, but how can we give ourselves peace and joy within this new normal?
Okay, so close your eyes, Vicki.
Okay.
Go to your love place.
Okay.
Okay, can you feel any of that garbage you just mentioned?
No.
Yeah, well, that's how. And also, you have to accept the responsibility of the creation of your own life. So you are always in power as to how to react to all this. Okay, so I'm in self-isolation for an extended period of time.
Okay.
Do I want to go into fear or do I want to stay in my knowing? Do I want to continue living in love or do I want to get pissed off and feel like I'm a victim? Which one gives you what you want?
The love, baby, the love.
Of course. And staying in your empowerment and getting up every day and going, okay, what can I create today? What can I create right here? I'm telling you, my house has never been cleaner. I've cleaned out every closet. You know, I'm very fortunate that I have my healing work because I'm doing 4 or 5 privates a day.
Wow.
And I've discounted them because so many people need help right now. Creating, like I've got a webinar coming up with a psychologist. And we're going to tell people literally how to mentally and emotionally handle this time in stronger and more powerful ways. So I'm creating a lot of ways right now to serve people. And you see the creativity that's coming out of this.
Yes.
The positive things, you know, but my question is, why the hell do we have to have a pandemic before we come out on our balconies and play music together?
Yeah.
You know, why do we have to create a pandemic to appreciate our healthcare workers.
Yeah.
You know, so it really is, if you open yourself up to the positive possibilities, the gifts are endless here, guys. If you're in the business, write a script. Figure out how you can film something at home, right? Start a memoir. Start collecting things from this era and time, because I can tell you 30 years from now, it's going to be worth it. You know, what can I do today? And for me, as long as I'm creating something, I'm happy.
Right. Dee, what can people do who are separated from loved ones, children, partners, parents?
Yeah.
How through this thinking is there a way to ease that, to support, you know what I'm asking?
I do know what you're asking, and I have an answer.
Good.
Aren't you happy?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I'm going to take everybody through this. Everybody close your eyes. Go to your love place. Think of who you want to connect with. You see, you're connected to them right now.
Wow.
Talk to them. Tell them what you want them to know. Share with them how you feel. Share with them your love. I guarantee you 100% that they receive energetically that information, that communication, and that connection.
Oh, I love that.
You are never disconnected, whether they're on the other side or here or across the country. And I'm going to tell everybody a story, because I know proof always helps people believe.
Yes, that's
so
true.
I could not get back when my mother was in hospice. I could not get back with her. And I set aside a half an hour every day where I got quiet and I connected with her. And I would, in my imagination, when I was with her, I would put on all of the songs, her religious songs she liked to hear. And I would get her out of her bed and dance with her, because she loved to dance.
Oh.
And I would tell her all the stories of my childhood that meant so much to me. Years later, I was at this party, and this amazing channeler, she was beyond a channel, went up to the host and she said, "Who's that woman over there? I have to read for her." And so she went through this whole thing and getting ready to do this reading for me. It was a very long, involved process. And she went to my husband first, Christopher, and she said, she gave me the messages that he wanted me to have. And she said, "You know, Dee, he wants me to acknowledge to you that he died 5 times in the hospital and they revived him and he had to go home to die." Now, nobody knew that. Nobody knew that but me.
Wow.
And the doctors, of course. So then she said, "Oh, wait, your mommy's coming in." Oh, how sweet. What a sweet, beautiful energy she is. She wants to thank you for playing her songs and dancing with her.
Oh, you're giving
her a transition.
Oh.
So I want you all to know that if you believe you connect, you absolutely connect.
Wow. Okay. I believe all of that. So by the way, somebody is asking how they can get information about that session you're going to be doing with the
webinar.
Yeah, the webinar.
If you just go to I am Dee Wallace.
Wait. Do it again. I'm typing it while you're saying it. Say it again.
I am Dee Wallace.com. On the home page is a place where you can sign up.
Okay,
The private sessions right now are only $100 for a half hour, which is a good deal. If anybody's called to do that. Then there's a lot of free stuff to listen to that will help guide you on my website, and a lot of archived webinars about just about any subject that you want to know about, guys.
Okay, so what we're basically saying is that if we get into the fear place, if we want something, the answer to everything is to go to that love place.
According to my channel, love heals and creates everything. And we've heard about it from time immemorial, Vicki. We heard about it from Christ. We heard about it from Buddha, Hare Krishna. We've heard it. Look at Peter Pan. Think happy thoughts and you fly.
Right.
Was you had the power all along, Dorothy. E.T., keep your heart open, you get home. If there's one thing to do every day, get up every day and say, today, my heart is open. And I'm open to all possibilities. That's a really great way to start your day.
I love that. So I know you work with a pendulum. Is it possible for me to ask anyone out there if they have a question just to demonstrate how it works?
Absolutely. I just need their name.
Okay. So if anybody out there has a question that you have for Dee, is it specific? Is it vague? I mean, I don't know.
It should be specific. Like, I want to know blah, blah.
Okay. Anyone have a specific question? I don't need to type it. They can hear me. Okay, so if anybody has a specific question for Dee, I'm trying to
jump in.
I'm trying to think of one that I have for you that I can give you while we're waiting for it. There's a slight delay before we'll get something from anybody out there. Let's see. For me, I'm afraid to ask something. I don't want to give it like a kin of her or anything.
What?
A kin of her is like giving something. All right. So I will ask you. So I worked on a sizzle reel over this pandemic. That's how I used my creativity. Right. And I made a sizzle reel for Game Changers, and it's now being taken out into the world. Is this something that is going to work out?
Okay, that's a great question, because you see, that's not the way it works. Anything and everything can work out if you are in alignment with it working out. There's two things you need to get into alignment to have this go out and be as successful as you want it to.
Okay.
But give me a song, the first song that pops into your mind.
I Want You. I don't know. I just saw those words, and so I said it out loud.
Well, I need a song.
That is a song, I think, isn't it? All right. A song, She Loves You.
Okay, so it's all about somebody outside of you, right? Both those things. I want you, she loves you. Again, Vicki, the more you can connect that sizzle reel with love and create the success of it within you, so that you don't need anybody else to prove to you how successful it is. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you don't need somebody else saying, oh gosh, Vicki, this is good.
And that's the truth. And I feel that way about it. But at the same time, I have to take action steps to make things happen, right?
Yes, but you don't take action steps without being in that harmonizing frequency first.
Okay. Okay, so before I do anything, before I make a call, before I write an email, before I do anything, I get into that place.
That's right.
So how can we apply the pendulum and asking in regard to this issue, how can we utilize that pendulum right now?
Well, there's a second, that's how I brought it in, because the pendulum told me to go to a song. There's a second thing. Remember, there were two things. Hold on.
Okay.
Book, song. All right. The pendulum is directing me to a movie. So give me any movie that pops in.
When Harry Met Sally.
Okay. It's not going to take a long time, Vicki.
Wow.
It's just not going to take a long time unless you believe it.
I believe it's not going to take a long time.
You have a tendency of seeing things in the future, as we all do.
Okay.
And if you see things in the future, they have to keep going into the future. The moment you create in is right now, in this moment.
Yes.
That's why the more you can sit inside and feel this is a done deal, there's nothing I have to push or make. I'm just feeling the love of this incredible reel. I'm so excited about it. Woohoo, yippee, right? Then the opportunities find you. Just like the two jobs that have just fallen into my lap. They find you.
I love that. And I believe it. And I do feel that way about it. So it shouldn't be difficult for me to do that. Okay, I've got a question for you from Sharon. Okay. Sharon would like to know if she can write for a greeting card company.
Well, ask Sharon if she believes she can.
Sharon, do you believe you can?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to get a no. So that just means there's something within Sharon that's not in alignment with her, seeing her successfully doing this. Sheets, but can you ask her for a song, please?
Okay. Unfortunately, there's a little delay. Sharon,
that's all right.
Sharon, can you give me a song, please? Say a song, Sharon.
Any song that pops in.
Any song that pops in. Don't give it thought, I guess. Just tell us a song. Okay, so while we're going to wait for a moment on Sharon to respond to us. So Sharon said absolutely. Okay, Sharon. So she said she absolutely does believe. That's how much delay we're on. Okay, Sharon, give us a song now. The delay makes me crazy, but I'm glad that we continue. This is being really wonderful, Dee. A lot of people are getting a lot out of this, and even though they can't see you, it's been very meaningful. So,
you know, I truly believe that things work out the way they're supposed to. Maybe people are getting more just by verbally hearing me instead of being lost in my incredible beauty.
I believe that. I believe it. Okay, Sharon's song is Blackbird.
Blackbird sitting in the dead of night. That one?
Yeah.
Spread your wings and fly away, is it?
And learn to fly.
And learn to fly. Okay. Yeah. That's where we're going. Okay. So Sharon, my beautiful person, you already know how to do this. You already know it. And if you open your channel, the channel will absolutely come in and direct you how to do it, what to write. And they want you to know that they will come in and work with you and give you new and innovative greeting cards so that what you're going to do is not going to be the norm.
Wow.
You kind of have a sense of that already, but it's and going to be very successful.
Wow. Love it.
Yeah, a lot of affirmation around it, but you have to know that you already know. And that's a big one for all of us, guys. So that's another way to direct your day. Today, I know and I'm clear, because the biggest sin we can do against our energy is say, I don't know.
Wow.
Because that tells our brain not to know, and then it can't find ways for us to know.
So now what if your spirits would have, she would have asked this question and your pendulum is telling you, no, the postcard, the writing for greeting cards is not good. Would that ever happen?
No, because any possibility is open to you if you are in alignment with it.
Great.
Okay. Now, if she said, can I don't have any training, but can I be an astronomical or aeronautical engineer next week? The pendulum would go no, because she knows that's not possible.
Right.
And as you believe, it's delivered to you. So, if you want some insight, guys, first of all, I invite everybody to go on YouTube and look at my TED Talks. You're going to get a lot of information about how your little girls and your little boys are running your adult life. But if you feel like you're coming up against walls about anything, sit down and write the beliefs that you were either taught verbally or that were modeled for you from conception to around 8 years old, because our brains are pretty much done as far as how we see ourselves, how we see the world, how we see ourselves in the world, pretty much done by 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the good news is energy takes direction. So once you know the belief that isn't working for you anymore, you can reparent yourself and redirect that.
So let's say we were told we weren't good enough, that we were being silly, that that's a stupid idea. So if we want to, so we write that down.
Well, yeah. And then what's the opposite positive of that, Vicki?
That it's I have brilliant ideas, that I am
funny and humorous. And
so we write down both sides of it. Is that what this exercise?
Well, it's helpful to know what the limiting negative beliefs were.
Right.
So that you can then in the other column write the opposite positive of what you want, because that's how you want to direct your energy now.
Right.
And I also want to let everybody know that according to my channel, we all pick the families we want to be born into. Wow. For the lessons we want to learn.
Wow.
So if I want to learn, for example, that I am the consciousness that creates goodness with my money, and I can have all the money I want and still be a good person, I picked a family that told me I couldn't. I picked a family that said, you shouldn't have more than you need. God won't like you. The family will judge you, right? And I had to reparent that. That's an old religious Midwestern, and the channel keeps laughing and saying, yeah, that's how the poor people made themselves feel better. You know, that because money doesn't have any consciousness. We do with our money what our consciousness directs us to do.
Wait, explain. Hang on, wait. I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
Well, okay. If I had a big pile of $1,000 here.
Yeah.
And I said, watch this money for 2 hours and see all the bad shit it does. You're not going to see anything.
Right.
Money's going to sit there.
Right.
Money's either going to do positive or negative because of my choice around what to do with it. Right?
Right.
So you might as well accumulate all the money that you want for everything you want, so you can do shitloads of good with it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I donate a lot of money. I love taking care of my daughter with my money and helping her create beautiful, wonderful things in her life. I love my home. I love being able to take my private sessions and make great deals on them in times of need. That's one way I can use my money, because I've made enough money that I'm able to help other people right now.
Right. So now, Dee, is it all about getting to the feeling? Is there any visualization involved in this?
Well, I think the channel is saying no, not really.
Okay.
It's more about, I mean, you can make the vision boards. That's a great tool. But not if you're making a vision board to try and make it happen. Then it's not a good deal.
Okay, that's a fine line difference. So what is a positive route to making a vision board?
Just the joy of making it.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at everything on there and going, wow, this all feels like love. I'm loving this. I've already got it. It's already here because I'm creating it within me first. Everything starts within us first, Vicki. Everything.
And I believe I send out a lot of the things that I don't want more than I send out the things that I want.
Most of us do. And you will get back then whatever signal you're sending out. Because the universe doesn't judge. The universe's job is to match the direction you have given your own energy.
So if a negative thought comes in, I thank it for showing up. I send it on its way. I replace it with a feeling with a love feeling.
Yeah, and state the opposite positive.
And state
they don't like me. They don't like me. Oh, well, that thought's not going to give me what I want. Let me go to my love place. They love me. From my love place, I can feel they love me. That's my truth. My bullshit ego is telling me they don't like me. That's the way I hold myself back from my own greatness.
So Dee, explain to everybody, if you would, you did when you were at, you were at the last Women Who Write before the pandemic. You were here when we were able to convene together, shoulder to shoulder, and hug each other. And boy, that seems like yesterday and a world ago. Explain how you dealt with your Hashimoto's diagnosis and why it hasn't been a factor in your life.
That is so weird. I've got to tell you, the minute you said that, I went, what? I forgot I even had that diagnosis.
Wow. Wow.
Ever since 6 specialists told me I'd never have a baby.
Wow.
I said, God and I have a different plan. I just really don't allow anybody else to create me, Vicki. I create me. So you know me, I have more energy than a 30-year-old.
Yes, you do.
I'm just a little go-getter, and I love everything I do. I just love doing and giving and being. And so I didn't really give it any energy. I just didn't give it any energy. And I said, no, I'm filled with energy and I'm in balance. And then I had this chiropractor that I worked with. That I'm not a doctor. But he gave me this way of balancing myself. And put your hand up where the indentation is in your throat, where your thyroid is, Vicki.
Yeah.
No, down. Take one hand where it's indented in between the two.
Here.
Okay. Now just.
I keep forgetting you can see me.
Yeah. Just tap and blow out at the same time. Right. And ever since I've done that, I haven't had any problem with my thyroid. But I have a belief that helps my thyroid. And as you believe, it's delivered to you. And I trust my direction of energy. And I tell you guys, that breathing exercise that I gave you, I got that from two top doctors from Harvard and UCLA.
Wow.
Medicine. And they said that one simple exercise reversed to some degree every disease they had ever worked with.
What? Wait, what? You touch your thyroid and you breathe out.
No, not that one.
Oh.
The breathing exercise that I gave you, where you breathe in and then you exhale slowly with a mantra.
And it can be any mantra.
It can be any mantra, but I added the smile because the smile tells your brain this claim that I'm claiming is positive and joyful and empowering, right? And so you've connected it with love, and with a smile, you've connected it with joy. And love and joy is what creates for you. And the more you live in the state of love and joy and stay in your knowing, the healthier you are.
I love that. Okay, I have another question for you from commercial agent. She says she wants to do something creatively with her life at this stage of life, but she doesn't know what, and she's been stuck.
Okay. The first thing I heard is she does know what, but she doesn't believe she can. And it has a lot to do, she's got limiting beliefs about age.
Ooh.
Okay, so now I'm supposed to give you my grandmother's poem. Age is just a state of mind. If you've left your dreams behind, then you're old. But if in life you've done your best, and if in life you've kept your zest, you're not old, no matter how the birthdays fold.
Woo!
So I can tell you she wants to do something creative and she wants to serve. And she, right now, from what I'm hearing, has 2 or 3 ideas kind of floating around in her. And don't think she has to pick just one. You can do them all. Nobody said we ever just had to pick one thing to do, guys. I do movies, I do my healing work, I do webinars, I write books, I go speak, do everything that gives you joy. And just know that the more you create it again within yourself, the easier it is created in your reality in your life.
That makes so much sense. Okay, another Carol Garcia says, I have a lot to say, and at times the words do not come when I want to speak out loud.
Okay.
Why does that happen?
Because it's with your mom.
Ooh.
As early as 3 years old.
Wow.
I would love some feedback on this.
Carole Garcia, give us feedback about this.
No, that her mother taught her, this is what, I wish you could see me. They're showing me a mother with her pointer finger up, shaking her pointer finger at her. So, well, weren't we all taught that children should be seen and not heard? So the more she can work with her little girl and get her trust to reparent her. Again, my TED Talks will give you a big insight about this. If you go to YouTube and put in TED Talks /Dee Wallace, it should come up right away. But it's your little girl, baby. The adult you wants to, okay, all right. And the other piece of information is speak from your heart. Because of what happened to you when you were little, you pull back and you start monitoring and watching yourself, and then you go to your head and you don't speak from your heart. If you speak from your heart, it will be very easy for you to say what you want.
Oh, she writes, I got chills when you said this. Her mother is gone now. Yes, I know this. She knows this about working with her little girl. Okay, wow. I got chills reading her response to you. Eric asks if you can re-explain the breathing mantra because it sounds so cool. And I would really like to be clear on it too, because I'm still a little vague.
Okay, so everybody go to your love place. Shut your eyes, go to your love place.
Okay. So Eric, if you weren't here, the love place, Dee, can you just quickly re-explain what the love place is?
The love place is anything that the minute you think about it makes you smile and makes your heart open. I use my doggy. You can use a beautiful place in nature. You can use a baby. Anything that kind of represents unconditional love. So go to your love place and just wallow in it for a minute. Now take a deep breath to the count of 3 or 4. And as you exhale with a smile on your face, let's just use the mantra, I love me.
I love me.
Take another deep breath with a smile on your face. I love me.
I love me.
And you do that about 10 minutes a day. I'm telling you, I get so lost in it sometimes that it's 15 or 20 minutes before I come out of it.
Wow.
And it really, because loving yourself, guys, and this is probably why they saved this for the end. Loving yourself is the most important part of creation. Because who do we want to give everything to? The people we love. And who do we judge the most? Ourselves.
Absolutely.
Just love yourselves. You're amazing. Look, guys, nobody can think a thought for you, feel a feeling for you, hold a perspective for you. You literally are the God of you and your energy. Take responsibility for loving yourself as the greatness that you are.
That sounds like a perfect time. Dee, I love all of this. I'm so grateful to you. And I do think perhaps it was intended that we wouldn't see you, because I do think you are beautiful and it would have been distracting. And the fact that it's true. And the fact that we couldn't see you, I was so tapped into what you were saying and without distraction. So I'm so grateful. So again, tell us how everybody can find you. And I have the Dee Wallace, the IamDeeWallace.com up on here. So if people want to do a private session with you, can they reach you there?
Yep. You just go to the website and there's a way to book a private session there. There's a way you can book a year's private sessions there. And there's just a lot of free stuff that's going to empower you.
Tony Vincent said that her heart is exploding.
Oh,
so
I'm happy and I'm dancing. Awesome. Thank you.
So
Doesn't it feel good?
I have to say, my heart, I feel kind of exactly the same way. I feel really joyful right now.
Woohoo!
I do. I feel really joyful. Okay, and so when is the webinar?
The webinar will be May 27th.
Okay.
I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. These webinars are off the charts in information. So the channel will be channeling for each person that raises their hand around any block that they might have emotionally to keep themselves balanced during this time. And then, of course, Dr. Shannon Wilson has been working, specializing in anxiety and depression and all these things for over 20 years. Wow. I've had her, she's done one other webinar with me, and she's phenomenal. Really easy to understand, gives you really practical things. So anybody that, it doesn't have to be around the virus. If you have ever had issues with depression or anxiety or any of that, it would be a valuable webinar for you to listen to.
That sounds wonderful. And by the way, Sharon, who you spoke to earlier, said thank you so much for being so helpful and encouraging in this lovely session.
Oh, well, thank you for receiving it.
And Dee, thank you so much. I got so much out of this. And, every time I speak to you or hear you speak, it's a reminder to me about going to that loving place. And I forget.
Yeah, it's just a training, Vicki. So, put up little Post-its around your house that go, Vicki, I love you, with a little smiley face. See, it takes you right there, doesn't it?
It does.
It's so easy, guys. Let's all claim that it's really easy right now and that everybody got it today, because you did.
Yeah, I think so. I think this was huge, and you could not have come at a better time. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and for all the guidance that you've offered to the women who write, to me personally. It's been invaluable. I'm so grateful.
Well, I'm very grateful to you, Vicki. You put out so much fun, so much love into the world. I'm so happy to be a part of your community, baby.
Thank you so much, Dee. I love you.
And throwing a kiss back to you.
Oh, yay. I keep forgetting that you can see me. This is so great. It's so weird to have this one-sided conversation, but thank you again. Thank you to everybody out there. You know how to contact Dee. I'm going to put her website up again. May 27th, the great webinar. And Dee, have a wonderful rest of your day. I know that you made mine and everybody who's on here today.
Well, I'm going to create a really great rest of my day, and so is everybody else. Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.